All right, ladies and gents. Oh, the flags are gone. Perfect. Okay, and if you're wondering what the flags were, don't worry about it, okay? Welcome to another series, another Play All 3. This is the opening round of T90 Titans League. And we have Bruh, who came in near the tail end of that 24 players that made it into Platinum. I was just saying that he's got his work cut out for him here up against Yo in the first round. Per the ranking system, it was Yo number 1 in his group, Group B. Then you had Bro number 6. Obviously, if you're in 5th or 6th position after the next month, you're going to be relegated out down to gold for the next season. We have Yo, a player who's very familiar with Houseboat. We've got Houseboat Game 1, and he played this in Wandering Warriors Cup, and he played amazing in Wandering Warriors Cup. So, what did he make it to the semifinals, I think? I think he made it to the semifinals, and then there was that really unfortunate situation where he wasn't actually playing at home. He was playing at an internet cafe, and then he was up against Viper, and things weren't going well, and it was kind of a disappointing semifinal. So he's looking to show what he's capable of here. Chinese starting with more villagers and having that food from the shorefish is great. Yeah, really awkward map because you've got the scouts that you'd have to transport over, and then the villagers, of course, you have to transport over all the time as well. It's funny, man. There have been a few players who have been extremely outspoken about not liking this map. And even people on the forums out there claiming that this map does not produce good games. I don't know if those people watched Wandering Warriors Cup at all, because there were incredible games on the map. And this map pool was meant to just mix up different play styles, give players chances to prepare certain things for all these different styles. I think maybe the one thing we're missing in the first season is maybe like a pure water map. But, man, I was really impressed with Houseboat. You know, I was really unsure going into WWC about it. And the amount of Civ variety we saw and the amount of games that went late with varying compositions was really cool. Now, one of the strategies that ended up being kind of the meta near the tail end, and that was after players had got a chance to really learn a lot about the map, was docking the opponent's water. And so I'm curious if that's going to be the play. Because remember, that was a strategy. And then a couple weeks after that strategy started, players started to expect it and go for 2 docks defensively. They would go 2 docks defensively. And with 2 docks defensively, they would... oh, you're right. I think Yo is actually in the finals of WWC. But yeah, then you're able to win if someone comes over to your side. And then if they don't go forward, then you can kind of just fish boom a little bit. Japanese, fantastic with the Dark Age flexibility. With the cheaper lumber camps, cheaper mills, cheaper mining camps. Also have the tanky fishing ship, so it's very hard to kill those fish. Now, what I would agree with some of the feedback we got is that this is not a map that's easy to play. But I'm not out here just like, you know, gifting prize pool to players. We want people to earn it, prepare, and practice. And I personally love Houseboat. I know, like, that's a talking point. Like, oh, it's so annoying. Dude, I love it. I think it's really cool. Very different. Yo, I think he's going to swap in some pigs here. Watch this. He's going to put the pigs into his transport ship. Wait. What's happening? Are the villagers going to eat the pigs? What's happening? I think he wanted to place a mill here. Now, okay, maybe he'll eat the pigs outside. And Yo still has not scouted everything from Bro, but he did see some water. That's going to be the only water on the map. Apart from his own, what do you call it? A pond, I guess. And then you have the scout here for Bruh. Amazing to watch, horrible to play. Again, you know, some players say it's horrible to play, man, but I've had like so many positive feedbacks on the map pool and also the structure from players who might not be like the same 5 players you get to hear, you know, give their opinions on stuff. So I think like anything else, it depends, right? Okay, so still no indicators on what the strategy is going to be. Still trying to figure that out, but the villagers are now out of shorefish around the TC. And Bro just received a hit from Yo's villager there. Kind of annoying for him, I'm sure, because now he's got the weaker scout. He is going to run home. And yeah, I was just going to say, it kind of looked like his fishing ships weren't working there for a sec, but I'm sure he just ran out of his food. And he's definitely hoping to click up. He's going to drop off the food here and click up to the next stage. Should be able to, no problem. Oh, God. There we go. He gets the food. And he's on his way. All right. So what's the strategy going to be? Are we going to see villagers run forward? Yo still hasn't clicked yet. He's super close. There he goes. He clicks up. Does have a healthy villager lead, but doesn't have the fishing ship lead. The Chinese starting with more villagers is obviously has added up. And look at bro, that's so smart. But also great reaction from Yo to run away. Okay, bro. Oh, he should get hits. Oh, man, that would have been such a good opportunity for him to get hits. He is transporting his scout this way, but to me it looks like he's just going to work his way towards walls. And Yo is going to send a Vil forward right now. No Vil forward for bruh. And bruh's still adding fishing ships. It's interesting how he doesn't even have a second dock. But he is on gold, so I think he might be waiting for Yo. I think... Also, being in Feudal Age faster for bro will be a big deal because he could actually catch up in the Scout War. See. Yo had the hill for some of those hits. You now see a dock for bro, and bro should fight that. Yeah, and now this is huge because Yo has to show the Vil to save the Scout. So I think bro expecting Yo to do this just says, come at me, bro. I get it because he's bro. Well, okay, I guess it would be more accurate if Yo said it. But yeah, I mean, he knows what Yo's strategy was going to be here. And while I think the Scout's going to go down... Oh, it goes down for Yo. So Yo doesn't... No, he does know about the second dog. Excuse me. Okay, so... Huh. Yeah, bro just says, I'll invite the pressure here. And I just want a fish boom. Now, there is an argument to be made that he has gone too far here with the fish boom. Because... There is only like 500 food left. You could still go for fish traps. And I wouldn't even mind the idea of sneaking forward with a villager right now because Yo doesn't have a scout to see that. I don't think this is the most efficient, even though he has more eco units working. And oh my god, don't tell me, bro. Oh my goodness. Does he notice this? He notices it. I think he was going to check the north because sometimes there's hunt up there and he'll probably want to mill it. And yeah, now he knows about this villager, and Yo knows that he knows. Where is Yo adding galleys? He's adding galleys at home. And now he realizes that he's been spotted. So, again, you know, just so many fishing ships for bro. He'll probably end up having to use wood to get fish traps. But if you look at how Yo has handled his economy, things have looked a lot cleaner for him right now. Able to take the berries earlier, taking the shorefish. Bro didn't take the berries at all. So I think the stats and the score even may be a little deceiving, but I guess the idea is in the long run, the food eco is going to be pretty darn good for bro because these fish traps are going to be out. And Japanese on fish traps is no joke, so don't get me wrong, but at the moment for bro, I'm just not a big fan of his balance. Yo may be showing his experience. Now, we've seen the water play, but then we've also seen a lot of booming. And Chinese have the cheaper technology, so you'd expect them to be able to switch into farming eco. We have barracks here for Yo, so maybe he's not a fan of that. Maybe he wants to go aggressive. I could still see him going for a spearman or two and then running a villager forward. Bro has so much gold. See, he was expecting to have to use the gold to make navy, which he now doesn't have to do, right? And he never really transferred off of gold. I think, honestly, if he would have just pulled these villagers off of gold and built a mill here, he would have had the food from the shorefish and the berries, and he would have been up to Castle Age by now. He's even adding another scout right now, so he's playing this very differently than Yo. And he just uses the market to buy some food. I suppose that's a good idea as well. Market over here. And he should be able to click up now. There he goes. Yo also with the stable. We'll see if he wants to go for a monastery, and we'll see if bro scouts this. But I love the walling approach because this corner is your everything. Both players having that safe back area is so nice. So it looks a little better for Yo because Yo has the safer stone, I guess. Yo is able to take a boar. Keep in mind, you're still creating villagers and transporting them across right now. And I do not think it is a good move to delete this TC right now. I think when you have 3 TCs on land, or I guess this is on land, but like out of the island area, the 4 total TCs, then you can delete the middle TC. some people will treat this town center like your research TC. So you get wheelbarrow out of this and like town watch, etc. See, look at Yo. He was looking to run back here. Bro has the walls down. Yo also with the forward monastery, hoping to snag the relic. And that extra scout for Bruh is going to fight Yo's scout. Well, this is an important moment, especially because a monk could be on the way. The better player always wins these. Yep, I don't know what it is. It was the same HP for both. Somebody has to win. It should make it like a fire ship where both players would die there. Right? But yeah, Yo wins the 50-50, you could call it. We'll make the monk get the relic, heal both of these up. And I love his transitions. Again, he's got his TCs up already. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And then we've got a TC here as well. What's up, little Sandy? Welcome. Also, Alejandro, hello. Somebody asked a question. I completely missed the question because it's off my screen now, so sorry to that person. And, ooh, Yo loses the Vil. That is a little sloppy. Bro does not know that there's a monastery here. He's about to find out, and he could take the monk. Does he see the monk? The monk's blending in with his church. Okay, monk goes down. So far, so good for Bro, I'd say, in early Castle Age. And this is going to go late. I don't love this TC, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. He now adds a knight, and Yo just wants to kill that scout, which Yo won't be able to do. I do feel as though the Chinese are the better civilization in the long run here, though. Having a full stable, so being able to go camels and knights and also having great upgrades is just such a nice thing, combined with the fact that you also have full archers. The Japanese would probably want to go into something like Arbalest and Halberdier in this matchup. Might be one of the rare times we actually see Onager for Chinese. Maybe one of the rare times we see Onager for Japanese as well. I feel like the only time I see Japanese going Onager these days is if I watch a Spirit of the Law classic video, you know, with that little intro. You know, oh, sorry. Onager's just flying in everywhere. Hey, T90, is TTL the first pro league of its kind for AoE2? There were leagues in the past which operated differently. Some of them, ECL, for example, Escape Champions League combined 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. It was more of like a team-based thing. But in recent times, I'd say yes. Yes. But actually, there was no promotion relegation system in Age of Empires 2 before. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. There's been a lot of stuff over the years, but... Horse collar now for Bro. But he did get gill nets, so these fishing ships are working, and the fish traps have a lot of food. I like Yo's approach, though. He just says, all right, we're both in our corners. I just want to ensure that I keep him in that corner as long as possible. I think it's a really nice approach. It's 69 population versus 68 right now. And we have Bruh using these scouts effectively right now, and he's going to see these villagers. He could kill the villagers, actually. But now there's also a camel there, so we'll see if he actually gets many kills. The camel will probably help out. I don't think it's even worth it to take the fight. Tower for Bruh as he expects the siege. Also has to be super worried about his water. If he were to lose that fire ship to a conversion, that would hurt so much. And as he pulled away there, he actually lost both scouts. So Yo's doing a really good job. Japanese have amazing towers. This is probably going to be for guard tower play for Bruh. He's adding the university. So yeah, he's looking to defend here. Here's my question. Do you make guard towers next to your TC here? Because if Yo just walks forward and makes docks and starts to go navy, he will kill all your fish traps and all your fishing ships. And I think you'd actually lose the game if you lose that. Like, that is a big investment. 100 wood a fish trap, so 1,500 wood, and then all the fishing ships. And yeah, that's going to be Yo's next move with these villagers, I think, after the dock. Or after the TC. I think Bruh's just completely forgotten this is a possibility right now, honestly. He's so worried about this. And he won't be able to see it. Oh my god, he can't see it. So if he doesn't expect it and he can't see it, as the knights die over here, by the way, Oh, this is so gonna be so good for Yo. Wait. Wait. Oh, he sees that, Doc. And Yo didn't finish this one. This is a 98%. That's a big deal. That is a really big deal. The fact he's not producing anything yet. He's researching the water upgrades in his dock at home right now. And he wants to produce on the front. But bro does have 3 docks here. I honestly think I would like, as he's going to go in after the ram here, I honestly think I would like it if bro were to go for the towers here. Because Yo could always convert your ships. This gets really annoying from here. He's going to build a castle on the side so he can get more map control. He's going to go for galleys with fletching. Oh, okay. Bod Canero now on the way too. I actually still don't like this because in low numbers, the fire ships are going to be stronger. I do like the tower choice, though, and maybe one of the rare opportunities where we see heated shot. But, guys, if you're looking at the stats, you should notice there's a theme. Yo has so much more food. The farm, I get that it's strong, as Yo is even going to make a freaking castle here. I understand the fishing idea, but at the end of the day, as Yo deletes his fire ship so it doesn't get converted, I really feel like transitioning into farms is key here, and that's something that bro hasn't been able to do as effectively. Yo is on the farms much faster. I guess it is cheaper with Chinese to do that. And my god, Yo's even going to go up to Imp behind this. Yo has made this look so easy. And still, look, the fire ships are still getting value here, right? So, you know, we've had double guard tower from bro. Guard tower isn't a cheap upgrade, by the way. Yasama isn't a cheap upgrade either. Ballistics. All these upgrades just to stay alive for bro, as he maybe doesn't realize this. Oof. Yasama's not going to help you save your villagers here, man. I don't know what he's looking at. Maybe looking over here. Did he not get an attack signal? Okay, now he notices. That's painful, though. Yo is in the Imperial Age. He's going to have a massive lead. Or, sorry, he's not in Imp yet. He will be an Imp soon. He's going to have a massive lead. Yo will lose the Knights now. And still not even sure what Yo's composition is going to be here. I feel like Yo could kind of do anything. Bro hoping to make it to Imp. I think he might even sense, because he is the score lead now, that Yo is on the way to Imp. This is an important moment. So if you're cycling through your TCs, and then let's say you do something else, and then you go back to your TCs, the first TC you go to was the first TC you had. Yo is imping in this TC, because then he doesn't have to ferry the villagers over. It makes sense. But you do not want to use this TC as your Imperial Age TC if you're bro. You're already going to be so far behind here. So, I mean, we're getting close. He's definitely prepping himself. It's like he knows Yo's going to have something. He's going to click here soon. Please don't click in this TC. No! No! I called it. Oh, I called it. That's not good, man. That's not good at all. Yo's gonna have Trebs. The situation is still somewhat manageable for him, because he could have gone into Halbs. He's got fairly decent eco, but he just didn't think about it. And if Yo makes one Treb, and Yo also noticed, I mean, Yo's playing incredible. He also knows about this castle. He also knows about this tower. So he's going to go for a Treb war on this side as well. Perfect spot, right? Because he can have Trebs right underneath his castles on both sides. But there's a chance that bro loses this MTC. And what's funny about it, too, is he doesn't have any villagers here to repair it. Yo, just looking so clean. And he will have Trebs on either side. And these Yasama towers, man, they don't actually have a lot of military to deal with. And any military they do encounter, and there's the Treb. Oh, no. Oh, Yo's going for the tower first. Okay. So, funny story, guys, because I don't know how many of you guys played, like, the beta or the alpha for DE. But during the beta, you actually had this effect on your TCs for all to see if you were on the way to the next stage. So in the beta, we were sniping each other's TCs while they were on the way to Imp, because you knew. Oh, God. Oh, this is going to be way too close. This is going to be way too close. He's reacting on the right. I mean, he's still probably going to lose the game. Okay. He'll make it. He'll make it. But the capped rams are already here. The light cav's already in. Bro is hoping to make archers on this side. But what he wasn't expecting, as he actually... Yo actually lost all of his villagers here. What Bro wasn't expecting was the push on the right. But yeah, it was funny because you knew if someone was teching something in their building. Now, of course, it's only there when you spectate, which is good. Bro did try to keep Yo's penned in here. He's really expanded over here. So he was thinking, defend all this with towers and then expand to the left side. But I just don't see what he does to deal with the Treb push right now. And guys, towers are strong and all, but light cav do not cost gold. So Yo can just raid with light cav and pick villagers off all day. He's not really going to care too much. And I just think Yo has been one step ahead. I like the fish trap thought, but you have to get to Castle Age faster. You have to transition into farms here. You can't just go full fish. I do think fish can be strong. We saw it from someone like Viper in WWC, but you have to diversify here. And bro, you know, maybe thought he had to do something extreme, have an opportunity, and fun to see Houseboat again. But right now, not really looking like the closest game. Obviously, first game of the series. Bro looking to continue to fight. But Yo showing why he's #1 in the group. One of the favorites to make it deep into the whole thing. And just classic Yo. Playing simple, strategic Age of Empires. But, ooh, bro gets through. Yeah, Yo's going to have to send some cav back with that. He is going to have Cavalier soon, so he should be able to. Obviously, kind of annoying for him. Also, his castle will be lost here. If he doesn't delete this, he will lose all the stone, but it won't matter. I think bro knows the direction this game is going and calls the GG. Again, I think... Well, I kind of said it, right? First off, I love Yo's approach. I love how he went forward to Doc initially, and then the fact that didn't work didn't kill him. That's a big thing. Like, a lot of people streamline their build orders towards applying pressure to the opponent's water, and if that strategy gets scouted and doesn't work, I'm sitting back like, well, that was their everything. They're dead. But Yo macroed so well. And how much faster was his Castle Age? 1540 versus 18 minutes, and then he turned that 1540 into a pretty big lead with transitioning into farms and TCs. I think for bro, I honestly feel as though if he would have had like a 17-minute castle time, been a little faster to the town centers, I think it's a closer game. It just wasn't very, very fast from him for a player who wasn't that aggressive. Also, we're just seeing, I think, more experience from Yo because he did play a lot of Houseboat in WWC. And Houseboat is not a map you see on a lot of events, right? So I think that, you know, being the first round, players are going to be less experienced now than they will be a couple weeks into this whole thing. So not a bad map to start it off there for Yo. All right. Well... we had an amazing game yesterday in the Gold League. It was amazing, but it was also sloppy, and I'm excited to see what some higher-level players are going to do here. Ladies and gents, we have Fortified clearing, but there was no walls on the backside. Yesterday, it was a game between Nilly and Draken, and it was ridiculous. We had one player looping around the back, on the sides, one player pressuring the middle. And, bro, the Brazilian player in the green has gone for the poles. And he's gone for the poles. Civilization that I think is pretty good in arena settings. And could also be fairly good against the Burgundians as well. Burgundians, obviously fantastic on arena settings as well. Whether it's standard arena or this. It's hard to say if either Civ is better or worse on this type of a map. Because I really don't know how these players are going to play. You have 5 relics in the middle. And then you've got 4 relics that'll be on the outer side. You've got 2 relics over here. You got 2 relics over here. That's pretty much it. And the big thing for me was I was wondering if players were going to go for Feudal Age pressure. It's a long way to walk, but I feel like maybe a scout build to get into someone's base could work. And as you build your houses and build up your eco, you do have to be mindful of the fact that the opponent could always do that. So I could see, I mean, Yo has this nice little nugget of wood line. So he could get some walls down maybe, but I think either way, I mean, you're going to have to wall, or you just scout and cross your fingers that they're not going to be aggressive. So we'll see. I think relegating 8 of 24 is too much. Have you considered pairing 17 to 20 from Platinum with 5 to 8 from Gold in win and you're in playoffs? Did consider that. Didn't think that was the best move. We'll see how things develop over the seasons, but thanks for the input. What upgrade coming in here? Upgrade coming in here for Yo. Again, Burgundians can research their eco upgrades one age earlier. Any closed map they are seen as pretty strong these days. How much stone is on this map? Because that's what makes the poles strong, right? It's the farming, but it's the stone. Okay, there's 5 tiles stone here. 5 tiles stone here. 2 4 tiles in the middle. I don't know. I don't think there's enough stone where it screams poles to me. Still would maybe prefer a civilization like Bohemians. Turks. Let's see those civs maybe shining a bit more. It feels like, if anything, there's more gold than there is stone. But at the end of the day, you're still going to have all that gold if you're poles, and then you receive some gold when you mine stone. So, I mean, that's not too bad. And yeah, bruh is choosing to wall. I think the best players are just not going to wall. They're just like, nope, they're not going to be aggressive. So let's just play open. And I'm really excited to see if later on we see people go aggressive on the sides. Like we saw Vinchester play earlier. I honestly feel like someone like Vinchester or maybe Tato are going to save strategies because they expect to get out of the group stage. And in the quarterfinals or the semifinals, I think we're going to go in here. Someone like Yo's going to be like, yeah, nobody's ever aggressive. Why should I wall? And then suddenly something's going to happen. That would be really, really cool. But yeah, it's actually the first time. I mean, we haven't seen too many games on it yet. But it's the first time I've actually seen somebody wall. And I don't hate it, right? I don't hate it at all. It's not a bad play. If anything, I expected to see more of it, so. Yeah, guys, I appreciate the feedback and, like, trying to tweak settings and whatnot. We have a Discord for that, and there's also an AoE zone post if you want to give feedback and input on that. I understand that you're here right now, and it's also Dark Age and an arena map. But we also did spend, like, 2 whole months trying to get everything prepared and set up. So, not saying things are perfect, but probably not the time to start changing settings since we've already started everything. Yeah, I think that's an exciting talking point. What I just brought up, like, the good players might play fairly safe and standard, but when it comes to the knockout portion, which will happen later, I think we're going to see some different things. Also, the way the draft works is going to be very different already, so there will be more bans and whatnot. So if you think, like, okay, it's going to be Poles, Burgundians this game, every game, that might not end up being the case. And actually, hold on a second. Yo is going up, and he's sending 2 villagers out. And then Bruh is going up. We could have a forward. So unlike Arena, the walls on this map are 900 HP. So we are going to see a wall from Bruh into a tower rush play. And I think, is Yo expecting this? Or is Yo going super fast FC? I'm really confused. Yo's clearly going to go for military. This is completely different from what we saw last time. Oh, God. Okay, wait a second. Bro's going to see these vills and be like, wait, is that good for me or bad for me? I actually think it's bad for him because if Yo goes for army now, this could hurt the whole strat. The idea is you punish a fast castle by tower rushing and working your way through the walls. And then from Bro's perspective, he can't be hit because he's walled at home, so he's completely safe. He needs to scout that range, but his scout is weak, so he doesn't want to go too far away. And just the fact that his scout is weak is really hurting him right now, I think. Now, behind this for Poles, you would expect pretty good eco. We can talk more about that. But Yo is fine. Oh, my God, if Bro doesn't see this. Oh, he sees the range. I think you run, honestly. I don't know what you do. I think you... Okay, so he's going to add a range as well. I didn't actually realize he had the barracks at home. I'd missed that. So, okay, so I guess he could go skirms. And here he is trying to batter his way in. Huh, fascinating stuff. And I like the approach from both players. I mean, I'm really curious what Yo's plan was if Bro didn't come forward. Would it have been Archer Tower? I don't know. But I do think this is better for Yo right now because he already has so much army. And the build order for Bro was not designed around doing this initially. At least I don't think it was. He did have the barracks, so maybe it was. He will be through. What he doesn't see is that Yo has all these walls here. So he's going to see that and be pretty disappointed because he's worked so hard. And I like this tower a lot. I like this tower a lot. He just needs to keep a very close eye on things here. Because if Yo were to pop out, Yo could maybe kill some villagers. Yeah, if you compare the economies right now, Burgundians have the better economy. Because of all the upgrades. So I think Yo's happy to stay in Feudal Age here. Okay, some hits. Yo really hoping to kill the scout. Both players microing, double tower. You have to be careful if you're Bro. Like, you do not want to get too close to these ranges. I had this happen to me the other day. And okay, he sees the archers, and now he's like, well, at least they're on that side. That's actually good. That's actually really good for Bro. I thought Yo was going to eject this way, but then he would have had to delete houses, I guess, to get back. Fletching is already in for Yo, by the way, as well as the Castle Age wood upgrade and the Castle Age farm upgrade. And we are going to see a bit of a tower war here. I'm not a fan of this blacksmith because I believe it blocks off some potential farms around Fullworks, but we'll see if it does. And I think we are simply going to see both players send 5 archers into their towers and just tower war each other. That would be my guess. But no, the tower's going to be bailed on by Bro. Did Yo expect this, guys? Like, what was Yo's plan? 3 villagers. I think it was going to be towers, and I think it was going to be archers from him as well. Crazy to me that they would both decide on this strategy. And, oh, they both lose the scout. But now the villagers have to run. I would just go home if I'm Bro and hope for the best, but it does not feel good being stuck in Feudal Age on Feudal Age eco upgrades against Burgundians. Now, here's something funny. Yo sees this as an opportunity to run around, possibly. Like, he doesn't have his scout now, so he can't see if there's walls. If Bro doesn't see Yo's army for a while, he might continue to tower here because he's expecting Yo to loop around. Now, you see this. Yo's thinking about looping around. And this is all a fight for position right now. Both players having fletching now. And Yo, interestingly enough, diving here and actually working out. I thought he would take losses, but he somehow didn't. Wisely, Yo had gone to stone so we could make more towers. But yeah, this is completely different from what we'd seen before. It's so tough, though, because, like, on one hand, it does play into Burgundians' hands to extend Feudal Age. But what doesn't play into Burgundians' hands on an arena-style map? If you go Fast Castle, it also plays into their strength. So, okay, we have new Fullworks, new farms. 10% of the farm's food kicks in immediately after you complete the farms. I like this from Bro. Making another tower. So, yeah, he's really just hoping to hold this position and make it to Castle Age. Right now, it's looking better for Yo, though. But pulls are a little deceiving. Skirmisher can't fit. He just tried to fit. He didn't realize he had 5 in there. What is a nice bonus here is the fact that Polish villagers heal up. That's really nice because in the tower repair wars, that gets annoying. And Yo is expecting to lose this tower, so he's just going to place another one. Interesting. In a second, once I see what happens between these 2 towers. Oh, you need to repair if you're Bro and hop immediately back inside. Repair, hop back inside. There you go. Yo doesn't have a repair villager, so Yo loses his tower. Exhilarating game so far. Let me just check and see the resources brought in. Okay, so there's the difference there. The food is catching up here for Bro. Bro actually has the lead there. I think both players will want to make a castle too, but Yo clicks up. Yo clicks up, and Yo will hop into his tower, and he's just still trying to shoot the same tower. Bro's going to make his own tower to try and range this tower. I'm not a big fan of Yo showing the stable to the enemy here. I would have preferred he'd make that on the back, because this might tell Bro he needs to get out of dodge. But I do like this. But again, you could also say maybe you don't attack with this until you're in Castle Age. But of course, he doesn't know. He's hoping it's open right now. Okay, bro's gonna click up. Just needs the gold. I guess there's also villagers there, so you can hit them and hope to get damage in. But if it was crossbow, in theory, it would do more damage. And yeah, bro's just gonna make a new lumber camp here. That's still gonna be fine. I think Yo, with this castle time, though, is just gonna push these towers back. And then he's gonna... I think he's gonna waltz across the map, and he's gonna castle drop bro. More house walls from the Brazilian. But Yo has looked pretty collected so far in this series. He hasn't shown any signs that he's rusty. He seems to understand the metas on the maps. Every time awkward things happen or different things happen that maybe he hasn't seen before, he seems to deal with it. And when this... Like if I saw this stable go up at the time it did, I would be scared if I were bro. And I would have ran away already. But I'm also maybe more of a coward, you know? I don't know. Stone walls here. Probably the safe play. You have a lot of extra stone. And there goes Yo with a castle. Interesting choice. I thought maybe he would make some knights and he would take down the towers and then he would just walk across the map. But it does make sense that he wants his unique unit because the unique unit is pretty strong with the Burgundians. Man, this economy! The imp wood upgrade, the imp farm upgrade. Okay, now chat, give me your opinion on this, okay? Burgundians have been out for a bit. You're seeing Burgundians in every single closed map. Burgundians did really well in Battle of Africa. There are situations where you're looking at Burgundians and saying, my goodness, this civ is really strong. Tell me what you think. Do you think... Like, I love the fact that you can research eco upgrades in the prior age. I really like that. Do you think maybe the eco upgrades being too cheap is a problem? Or do you still like that? Because remember, it's both, right? Also, good clear up here from bro. I'm just curious on your opinion. Tell me what you think. Because I know there are some differing opinions on that around the community. That be able to research it one age earlier and also have it be discounted is two separate bonuses, which is compiles very quickly. You like it? Okay. Excellent civ. Do not touch my Burgundians. Well, we're going to touch it now because you spammed in caps, Roberto. Sorry. Those are the rules. My elo doesn't allow me to have an opinion on things being OP or not. Oh my god. I mean, I've seen comments like that before, but amazing perspective. But if that were true, there'd be a lot of people that couldn't have opinions. So I don't know if that's necessarily how we should see the world. Oh, man. The self-awareness from Little Sandy. Let's go. Yo adding his TCs right now. There's a lot of relics. He's actually going for the outer relics first. He's going to have 2 over here. There's 2 on the left. He doesn't have the left scouted. Remember, they did lose their scouts. Bruh is very focused on the middle here and has been, and it would make sense that he continues to be. He also has to have the scouting on the outer ring. But I like how Yo's trying to do both right now. That monk, though, is going to die to the ranged units, and well played from Bruh to deny that, as he's been making knights. Knights going to get involved here, but the feudal army is pretty ineffective, you'd think, and yeah, feudal army did. I mean, it was effective against the monk, but that's about it. I think it's still fair to say a civ is OP based on watching a lot of pros play. Yeah, that's true, I guess. But there's also a slippery slope with that as well, because people were telling me Portuguese was OP because Viper was playing with them for a while, and I was like, pretty sure he could play with a wet sock and he could probably win some games, so it's tricky. But 58 villagers for both players, and it is a relic war right now. This game will go late, and we have 4 TCs now for Yo. I don't know if I agree with, and I guess he just deleted the knights or they died. I don't know if I agree with bro being so hell-bent over denying that relic right there. I get, you know, committing towards this relic, but this one was so close to Yo already. Probably not worth it in the end. Also, there are archers inside the tower here. And Yo could maybe utilize those. think it could be helpful against monks. Love the castle here from Bruh. And I'm now thinking about army compositions. What do you make in this matchup? I think the Olbach is probably the go-to unit right now for the Poles, at least in this matchup. And Yo trying to be sneaky. He's going for the weak knight, though. He will lose the monk anyways, and he could lose this fight. And this could make a very big difference on how this game develops, because he clearly wants a forward castle, right? No one wants to place a castle here. Even this isn't ideal. He's placing it only because he can get it up safely. I think he would have wanted the castle somewhere else. Bruh has 3 relics right now. Obviously, still plenty more relics on the map. I decided to add relics on the outer ring because I just wanted to incentivize more scouting on the outer ring. So I think that's been a good play so far. It's pretty uncommon for maps to have more than 5 relics. Unless it's one of my events. I've mixed it more in the past. This monk needs to get a move on, man. He needs to run to his base right now with his friends. And there he goes. And wow, look at the food count for Bruh. He doesn't have the Vil count, but he does have an amazing economy to maybe go up to the Imperial Age. And he's certainly got the targets. The double castle there in the middle could be the target. But I'm not sure. Yeah, and great awareness from Bo. He realizes there's a lot of units out there. He doesn't want to leave himself exposed on the stone. But again, like, that's a big deal. I said it. There's not 2 stones in your base. So he wants to have multiple castles, but he won't be able to have multiple castles. That's why when I saw Poles, I was thinking, is that actually the play? Also, lovely move here. I don't know if Yo sent that villager or not. Maybe it died and I missed it. But look at this on both sides. Yo losing the monk. Yo also losing the villagers. And we have the Brazilian walling off the sides. He's maybe gone a little too far on this side, though. And I'm sure he's dealing with something else at the moment. Okay, well, that's a little disappointing, right? Because he wanted army, now he knows. But yeah, if he just gets the walls down, Yo has to deal with him in the middle. That's the whole point. He's getting Slacha privileges, which means his knights are cheaper. 60% off that gold cost. And he's sneaking stables. Oh, I love it. It makes me so happy to see sneaks, man. And so he'll have army production in the middle, where Yo is probably bracing himself. Because he will see the Imperial Age upgrade come in. If I saw my opponent had a castle and was an imp, I'd be worried about the middle. But we'll see if Yo scouts this. I feel like every little fight's important now. Remember, if Bro wouldn't have lost those knights, he would clear this unit up. And then maybe these stables would complete or just not be spotted. We'll see if Yo spots it. All the small things matter so much. Like this here as well. This isn't fully walled yet. Yo's actually going to deny this. And we have a monk heading over there for the relic. And also Yo denies this as well. What an important moment, man. We've got incredible players. But the best players are able to get these small aspects of the game to go in their favor. And right now, I don't see any sign that Yo is going to stop producing the Coustier here. I don't think he should stop either. I think it's a good unit to make. And this monk will probably get a conversion. Actually, it'll get one-shotted. So, oh no, it gets it. Okay. Yeah, now we have stone walls, panic stone walls here for Bruh because he's worried, and it's a good move. And now he kind of has to focus fully in the middle. Like, this stable does have units in queue, but I think Yo is just going to take care of that right away. Yeah, he's not playing any games. I mean, he is technically playing a video game, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and I think a lot has gone wrong here for Bro. Like, the game plan was sound to get the walls down, but he wasn't able to complete the wall on this side. And now he does have to deal with some level of pressure. And now he's going to be paranoid. And Yo's just going to wall it over here. He's like, wow, great idea, man. And for now, I think your strategy shifts to having to fight in the middle with the Cavalier. And Yo getting a lot of text nut right now. Yo also coming forward with Trebs, but he has to be careful because the Cavalier are out for Bruh. And now his units could be seen as out of position. And now they loop back. And Yo's going to lose his Trebs. Again, it's hard to switch focus on both sides. Totally worth it to snipe these trebuchets if you're Bruh. Yo may be thinking about hand cannons here. And I have to question that. I think he was expecting Olbuk here. and not the Cavalier. I think that's why he's done that. But now he immediately clicks Halb, which would be the right play. I guess if your Cavalier are this cheap, you can just fight underneath castles and do your best to take it out. We do have the stable. Wait, what happened? Oh, a villager ran through, actually. Wow, so bro, I was able to complete the next stable. And there's villagers sneaking to the corner. That could be massive, man. Yo's so paranoid about this. And now he's starting to lose the middle. Great play. Amazing play, in fact. I love how he didn't give up on it. I thought he was going to give up on it. If these villagers get stables up, what a big moment in this game. Also, if the Cavalier start to run through, I feel like these villagers being on stone is important, by the way, because that's the only stone that bro can really access right now, beyond this one, I guess. So he needs more castles, because the more halbs that come out from Yo, the more he's going to need something to deal with the halbs, which would be his castle unit. But, you know, I mean, he's getting excited here, guys, and Yo made the mistake earlier, and this is just simply not a good play for bro. He's lost his trebuchets. He didn't defend them at all. I have to imagine he's been worried about the other side, worried about this right now, because now he's producing cav. So both players unable to protect their trebuchets. 140 pop versus 140 pop. 4 relics for bro, 3 for Yo. Still relics for the taking, by the way. Yo does have a lot more on stone. Yo does have 2 castles as well, and now he's got Halb. And this is where it gets dangerous. Because now you're thinking, what do I make with poles? Because the Cavaliers still don't get the final armor upgrade in Imp. Yes, they're cheap, but lacking armor is painful. The answer for bro is simple. He's going to go into Arbalest, and I think that's a good choice. Poles do get full upgrades on... Well, not full upgrades, but very close to full upgrades on Arbs. And I'm excited about this, because I think these stables are the most important thing in the game right now. Because if he waits till a moment where Yo is pushing, Yo might not notice. I would expect Yo to, but still, that's a lot of stables. Also, will bro have the Arbalest to defend himself as Yo makes his castle? Was it too early to make this castle is also a question, because I don't know, man. I mean, I think you just take this fight if you're bro, and you build a gate. You build a gate. You house wall. You do something to save your trebs. Can he keep his trebs alive? And can Yo keep his trebs alive? 1 treb goes down for both. We're going to see 2 trebs go down for both. And I don't think Yo's castle is even going to finish here as the Cavalier continue. And now, right now would be the moment to hit Yo. This is the moment where the stables in the south should go into Yo's base. Because all of his attention is here. I guess you could also be patient. But obviously, he's microed that down. And what a great play. The Arbalest choice was so good, guys. He's been getting the blacksmith upgrades ahead of time before he even had the ranges. Because he has Bracer. He doesn't have chemistry yet. Yo's not going to be finished, though. 110 villagers. Always has the opportunity to click the button, as we call it, and go for the revolution as well. But, oh, man. Also, where the Cavalier going is the worst for Yo to deal with, because his barracks are over here. Also, earlier, it looks like this ram wasn't able to actually push in and take this out either. Yo's having a hard time keeping up with these raids in the back, and he must know now. And look at bruh, he knows that the halbs are going to be the thing to deal with, so he's going to make ranges here as well. What a great play from him, spreading out everywhere. And look how ineffective Yo's push is in the middle now. And look at the storm of units, the wave, I guess. Storm, wave, waves happen in storm, yeah, whatever. Bro's used that so nicely. And bro is seen as the weakest player in the group per the rankings, right? This is the first round. Even if he loses the next, if he wins this game and then loses the next game, it's fine. Because he will have got 1 win against one of the favorites in the group. You play everyone in your group 3 times, regardless of the result. It's about tallying up the score, and that decides on where you go from there. This is huge for him. Remember, he had picked this map. Game 1 didn't look too good for him, and he has all the control, and he has no hesitation. Here he dives for more siege from Yo. And Yo's gold is here too. Yo needs this gold. His units are expensive, unlike the Polish units. The trebs are back here from him. The archer ranges are still hidden. At this point, I think Yo knows about this. He does know about this. He should also see the ranges. But it's 55 military versus 40. I was talking about poles and how there's not a lot of stone on the map, but that doesn't really seem to matter. Bro could still take this as well if he ever wanted to. He's fully focused on the middle now. He'll have about 10% of his army raiding all the time. Yep, now Yo has to respect that. Yo might even deal with this, but if Yo deals with that, he's going to lose everything in the middle. Also, 43 on food, 31 on gold, 11 on stone, which is also bringing some gold income. Yo's villagers are mostly exposed. I don't think you need to shift to the left. It's an idea. I really don't think you need to do that. At this point, the buildings are going to be cleared. So that's whatever. If you're bro, just produce out of them and try and send the units where you can. I'd say focus on the middle and you're good. I mean, Yo is really having problems here. And I don't see how if he can stop this. Because not only is he 30 military behind, but the other thing is he's about to get pop-locked because he's going to lose his castle, which is going to hurt his numbers. I like the realization from bro that Yo is going to come in here, and he leaves a couple cav to raid, but he doesn't send the whole force. He kind of sent the full force earlier, and we saw that as a pretty big mistake. Yeah, he's everywhere, and still has the ranges, too. They're still producing as well. Even the stables here are producing. He doesn't care. His units are cheap. Again, Yo's going to lose that castle. Where does he even build houses? He's got no space right now. Yo's going to take this fight. This should be a pretty good fight. The Arbalests are going to melt. This will mean that bro will need more. It's 160 pop versus 170 now. Trebs could go down as well. This is a very strong unit. But Yo does not have the ability to make more of them because Yo does not have the castles. He's got one castle, so I guess he has the ability, but he's just going to be limping on by here. Now bro's even going for siege workshops. Maybe he's going to mix in some rams here. And I think that he can just simply continue production and finish off Yo. And this series is going to be 1-1. And what an amazing win this is going to be for bro. African clearing, or not African clearing, sorry. Fortified clearing, arena, jungle swamp. Some of these maps that you might not see some players prefer to play. Houseboat. We have a varied map pool, and I was wondering which map it was going to be that was going to change things. Which map would the weaker players prefer, the players who weren't favored? And we've seen Fortified Clearing be that chosen map a few times. Also, polls are looking really, really good. I mean, when don't polls look really good because of how cheap their units are? But that's sick. Also, one Arbalest made it over here. Woo-wee! Didn't notice that one, but all the villagers died. That was really well done. Very curious on how this game would have gone, though. As Yo might choose to go for the revolution here, by the way. Very curious how this game would have gone if those other villagers didn't sneak through. Yo thought he had taken care of that. But normally, the revolution only works if you have siege with it to push. Revolution changes all of your villagers into military. It's a radical thing to go for. But you would need to push with it, because otherwise, I mean, you have one wave and then it's over. And this is just unwinnable, man. This is unwinnable. There's just not enough. The Arbalest and the Cavalier choice is just fantastic. Bruh continues his spam. Always has Cavalier and Arbalest in queue. Again goes in for trebuchets. Villagers casually building a mill so they can work on the farm. Again, that siege is not going to be there for Yo. Maybe a decent fight for Yo, but I think Yo is going to have the tap. He's not known for calling it early. I don't blame him for continuing to fight until maybe he's around 100 pop, but I don't see what his win condition is here. He doesn't have his relics anymore. He's trying to get them back. But the Arbs and the Cavalier just continue. His pop is not going to get any better here. 90 villagers now versus 125. And still 35 military versus 60. He does not have the castle numbers to be able to get enough to still yay out here. Yeah, so to answer our questions about Burgundians being OP, I don't know, man. I think it's fair to say that there's a lot of strong civilizations that can be strong in a lot of situations right now in our game, and we saw two of them. The difference for me was bruh sneaking to the sides. I mean, I imagine if Yo never went over here, that he probably would have walled up and snuck villagers over here as well. What a great play. And again, I have to applaud him because not only did he sneak, but he snuck the first time and he was found. And then Yo's like, oh, we've got this. And he snuck again. He distracted with some army. He snuck again. And it was the two additional villagers getting through the extra level of effort that I think really distracted Yo. And normally with any other civilization, you're just going to be raiding with light cav. But since Polish Cavalier are dirt cheap, he was able to raid with Cavalier, which obviously had to be respected so much more. You could see how Yo wanted to play this. He built a lot of castles towards the middle, and he was starting to progress towards this area. But then he started to get hit from the other side, and then all of a sudden he's like, where do I go? What do I do? Which side? And it's tricky. The sneak villagers were fantastic there, but also I bet you the eco for Poles wasn't bad. Yeah, 32,000 food collected, 20,000 gold collected. Yo did have more wood and more stone. But that's $40 for both players now. You get $40 per win on top of whatever placement prizes would eventually come. And if he can take game number 2, who's to say you can't take game number 3 here? I know that with my commentary, I've talked a lot about Yo being the favorite, and you guys know how good he is, but never a better time to get some easy wins again, or not some easy wins, but there's never a better time to get wins against a high-level player than maybe the first round when they're not used to some of the settings yet, and maybe when they're underestimating you. I think game 3 is going to be Serengeti. Oh boy, Serengeti, I'm excited. All right. Well, Yo lost the previous game, and I'm pumped for this right now, okay? So, the Gurjaras, a civilization that Bro picked first, is what he's chosen to go for game number 3. And then Yo has gone for the more meta pick, the pick we've seen historically on a map like Serengeti with a whole lot of hunt, and that is the Mongols. On Serengeti, you have very open wood lines, lots of hills, lots of areas to be aggressive. But you get 1 rhino or elephant. It does depend. And I think it's 4 ostrich and 3 zebra. Look at me. Look at me. 4 ostrich and 3 zebra. It doesn't even matter, guys. This is coming from the guy who sometimes calls a zebra a deer, okay? The fact I got that right needs to be applauded. Thank you. Yeah, so basically it's a lot of hunt, but you can get it in different ways than having 2 boars and 3 deer or something. I would have to do the math. I think it ends up being a little bit more hunt than usual. So yeah, Mongols have the scouting bonus, and then they also have the hunt bonus, so it's a great map to pick Mongols on. But the Gurjaras, again, the chatter is unreal about this civilization. And I agree with a lot of the chatter. I think the civ is going to be addressed at some point. From their economy, so you now have 8 sheep inside of that mill earning some passive food income, to the fact that they start with a camel scout, to the fact that they basically counter everything. Now, I played a game. It was Mongols versus Gurjaras. It was the first week Gurjaras were out, okay? And there were a couple high-level players spam picking Gurjaras, which, by the way, led to them going up by like 200 or 250 elo. So clearly, something was going right there. I was Mongols against Gurjaras. I was going elite Mangadai. And I was dying to elite Shrivamsha riders. Now, actually, maybe I didn't have elite. You know, it takes a long time to get to elite. But if you go any form of archer, the Shrivamsha rider's there. If you go any form of melee, the camels do additional bonus damage. If you go any form of infantry, they have the Chakram rider. And then their units are also cheaper because of their unique tech. And then their camels get extra melee armor because of their other unique tech. It's crazy, and I'm excited to see Bro has picked this here, because if you were to look at those global bans again, we didn't see a global ban on Gurjaras, obviously, and some people have preferred to do that. We've seen quite a few instances of players globally banning Gurjaras, that way no one can pick them. Yo did not choose to do that. I forget what he banned, and Bro just snapped it right up. It was his very first pick here. So, yeah, we'll see. The Mongol hunt wears off. The goats obviously help. But, you know, both of those things are massive helps in early stage. Nothing is more OP than OG Cumans. I wish I could do that. I agree with you, though. I think original Cumans was the most OP civilization ever. And that is on my list of videos to make at some point because this game is so old, right? There's been so many different instances of OP things, so we'll get there someday. Yo clicks up, 18 pop. And again, if I had $1 for every time I've seen Yo play the Mongols, I'd probably be a millionaire. He's a beast with the Mongols. I remember Mongols and Incas, the civilization he would choose a lot on Serengeti back in the day. We don't see this map as much these days. And then we've got Bruh, and Bruh is on the way up with 18 pop as well. Did Yo get Loom? Oh, interesting. Okay, so the difference is Yo has actually gone 19 pop, excuse me, but he skipped Loom. Now, I played a game the other day, and I've seen Yo do this too, where you actually forget. Because normally, you research Loom before Feudal Age. And if you're used to that, you then forget to click it, which would be a really big deal. So I'm getting anxiety right now because he has not queued up Loom behind Feudal Age, and I'm sure that we are going to see Bruh push out eventually, but so far he's staying at home and just taking all the food. Is trying to wall. I don't think he's going to have a great time if he plays defensive against Yo. I really think he needs to compete with scouts. But we will see on that. Having the Camel Scout is just amazing against any scouts that come in. Like, you could play defensive just fine. Just because you have this Camel Scout on full HP. Alright. There's the barracks. We'll then see the stable. Here comes Yo. Looking around. Looking around. Finds the enemy. Okay. Bulls like that are going to be in wood lines. Trust me, guys. There's the stable. Loom is coming in for Yo, so I don't need to be too upset anymore. And we are going to see good old scouts. Obviously, Bro, though, has not found Yo, so he has to chase Yo. And at this point, he's just like, well, oh my God, the goats. He's going to get more goats. I think Yo might need to double back for that. Ooh, he's going for the goat micro. And okay, he gets hit, and these goats are going to make it right back towards the mill. You can fit 10 in each mill. And it feels very strong right now. Yep, Yo going for the goats. There's now a scout, so Yo's going to be so disappointed. I wonder whose goats those were. Boink. Oh, nope, Spearman misses. Bruh is walling nicely, though. So I actually like the walling approach now more than I did earlier. There was just a concern he wouldn't make scouts as well. He has done that. Yeah, Bro had a lot of idols, but he still has more food. Things are looking pretty good. But, I mean, what Mongols are able to do behind their early pressure is really strong. And Yo is moving out with confidence right now. Like, there is a difference here. I think Bro is going to be a little bit more reliant on walls. We will see how sneaky Yo is as he comes over here with the 3 scouts. Feels like a game that should head to Castle Age, but... Wow, what great recognition from Yo to realize the army is probably coming through this way and just to send the villager back home. I love that. And yeah, wouldn't you know it, the army's there. Also, great recognition from Bruh, as he knows that there's going to be an army here, and he immediately goes in to fight this. Great hits. Now has the spearman. He's fine. Here comes the scouts. Does Yo know about this? Yo does on the wood line. Let's check the amount of food brought in at 15 minutes. I'll be very curious on that. Because I think from what I had seen, Yo has had the better transitions into farms. He's even taken more of his berries. And he also had the Mongol hunt. But, again, we'll see. Lots of spearmen for Yo. He's got 3 of them now. But he's still not stopping making scouts. So now this is a number of scouts where Bro needs a quick wall, by the way. This is a number of scouts where you can fight one spearman pretty easily. And so we're going to see Bro mass more scouts. And I think he might just pull back. Try and track this as much as possible. Much easier for Yo to see his opponent, though. Look at Bro. He doesn't have the same vision because Mongols have the scouting bonus. So he's like on the other side of the wood line and he can see, okay, there he is and he's following me. I think Yo, the second he starts to get walled, he's going to bring some of these spearmen forward as well. And here's the blacksmith. I think we'll see forging. So 8 scouts for Yo. Obviously, there is that one camel, though, for Bro, which will make a big difference. But, I mean, it's on half HP at this point, so it might not be the biggest difference. Very easy to accidentally chop through your wood lines here, guys. It's not going to feel good if you do. And bruh is not building a blacksmith right now. He's actually going for another wood line. He's also going to gold. So I could see opportunities for Yo. And here he comes with the spears. This is going to be really tough for the Brazilian to focus on. But real quick, before we do this, because I'm just curious. Eco. Interesting. Interesting. Yo definitely has the lead there. Good stuff. And he's shown it with the production. And he's shown it by floating the food and floating the wood to get the blacksmith and then get forging. Again, the second he realized he was going to be walled and that bro was playing defensive, he started to do this. We could see bloodlines for bro. Now, that does mean you can't produce out of your stable at that time, but he is on gold. So we could see forging versus bloodlines. The fight is taken here. Camel actually survives, which is an interesting touch. And great defense from bro. Great defense. And there's bloodlines. So, no, Yo not on gold yet. Overall, I think this is pretty clean, pretty crisp. But the farm count is still something that of worry right now for bro. Obviously, hard to do that when you're on the defensive like this. For Yo, he's looking at 14 farms. You're looking at 11. Not the biggest difference, I guess, in the end. Bloodlines will complete. Now armor's completing for Yo, so he'll be up 2 upgrades for a second. No. He'll be up 1 upgrade. He will kill this villager. At what cost, though? Because he will lose a lot of HP. He takes the fight. He cannot take that fight. He cannot take that fight. Bloodlines was such a big upgrade here. And Yo was going to add more scouts behind this. Backing away. Not backing away. Can't really decide. Honestly, really good micro from bro this game. Yo, though, 20 seconds of TC idle time is very, very impressive. And he still has all the control over the game right now. Oh, man. Interesting decision to just fight off the spears here. This means Yo can run into your base. Will bro wall this? Because if he doesn't, he could have problems. That villager's exposed. He needs a wall on both sides here. And so he chooses to run away. And he was able to take out the spearman, which could help him move forward later on. But Yo will get villager kill number 3. And I think it's the correct move from Yo to just realize, kill villagers, wall up at home. I think he's realizing that he's not going to need any more army at this stage, but maybe not. He does have to add spears. He's not fully walled. He did go 2 stables, so... Guys, I'm actually worried for Yo. I'm looking at the position right now. Let's actually check the food income again. Again, interesting. Yo still has the lead. But I am worried for him. Because he doesn't have the tools to be offensive anymore. The Gurjara player is going to be walled. We will likely see this gold lead to buying some food. Bro will be in Castle Age faster. He also has the scouts to be able to kill villagers from Yo. And if Bro goes like light cav opening and camels, I think Yo will have some big problems. And Yo dominated the first game. It was very clean from him. Expecting this player to do well in the group. I think I have him as number 2 in the group. I think he and Hera are number 1 and 2. Per the rankings, Yo's 1, Hera's 2. But anyways, so, you know, in the predictions, I'm just trying to remember what I said. Just a player that you would not expect to ever be relegated out. You know, Mr. Consistent. And bro left Mongols out there. And has gone for the Gurjaras. And again, you do 50% more bonus damage with your camels. Your opponent goes archers. You have the Shravamsha, which is even faster. And counters archers. Both players on the way up. Yo under a lot of pressure right now, but it doesn't look like bro is going to be able to get any damage in. Now, something that's really fun to look at in the long term, as you can already see this gold's disappearing, is the other golds. 3 tiles here, 2... Oh, that's not gold, sorry. Gold, gold. So, like, this map has resources spread out all around the map. And it's also really hard to wall, so it's all about expansion. Yo, behind this, dropping archer ranges. Which, to me, tells me he's going to go cav archers. I don't love that idea against the Shravamshas. Will Brud know that the Shravamshas are broken right now? Will he go for them? Okay, here he goes. Like, the scouts are in. Full upgrades. I love the light cav choice. You've got 8 scouts here. I think it's worth it, even though most of them are half HP. Oh, gets through. Yo is really hoping to wall this off. I think he wants to go light cav as well. He will be happy, though, to take the fight before light cav. I think you cancel light cav now, actually. If you're bro, you cancel light cav. Just cancel it. Okay, don't cancel it. You've got a million things to do, I understand. And now he takes the fight with light cav. Boom. Gets value, I guess, so Yo can't get value from light cav. In the end, though, great defense from Yo. He didn't lose a villager at all this game. Still could, but I don't think he will. And now the camels are looking to break through, and there's still no hole here. Was Bruh able to see the ranges? He saw 1 range back here. And he looks, and now he sees 3 ranges. So this is where he should cancel any camels he's making and go for Shravamsha riders. Let's see if he does that. Second TC up for the Brazilian. Yo doesn't have a TC up yet, but he does have the cav archers. And the camels will kill anything that's on a horse a lot faster. Or they'll do more damage, right? So that's great, but camels are low pierce armor. We see the 3rd TC now for bro. Now, I'm concerned about that because he needs food to produce out of his TCs. But Shravamshas, can anyone tell me how much food they cost? I think it's like 80 or 70. So my initial vibe, it is possible that maybe he's overbooming a little bit and will lose army control against Yo. It obviously could be super dangerous. Yo now going to drop his town center there. On stone, so maybe thinking about switching into Mangadai someday. 70 food and 20 gold. Yeah, so like... So right now, having 8 on gold for Shravamshas is not ideal. And Yo even having ballistics. But bro probably realizing that he can hold off with camels for a while. I mean, that's what he's thinking anyways. Yo is an amazing player when it comes to his scouting. I love the value he gets from scouts. Look at this. Scouting out. Sees the TC. Scouting the rest of the golds. If you look at bruh... But doesn't... Oh, using a spearman for a similar thing. That's kind of cool. I think this is more so looking for the cav archers, but still could be a mix of everything. Hoping to lose the spearman to cav archers so he knows where they go. There he can see them. Did he notice it? He did. This is amazing play. So many of us would just be surprised by that army and be like, oh, crap. But also, why are you not making Shravamshas? I do not get the continuous camel. You should have Shravamshas out here. Trust me, guys. There are players who've gone from 2K to 2K2 spamming Shravamshas and camels. There are players who've gone from 2K3 to 2K5 spamming Gurjara units. Just a mix of it would feel so good to me. But let's see what the bonus damage does, because they have that as well. And these cav archers aren't in that high a ball, and 1 goes down. Yo now has fallen behind in villagers. Maybe there's still time for those Shravamshas. And he could lose his scout there. And he has to back away. This was big investment for him. 3 ranges. He hasn't really gotten that many kills. Close game. Game 3. Not a best of 3, but a play all 3. First round. T90 Titans League. Thanks for everyone who listened in. And man, these camels just eat. These camels. Oh. My God, they kill so fast. And maybe that's why he continues to make the camels, I guess. Because, like, they do more damage. Underneath the TC and in a choke point there is maybe a bit much. But I still am going to be really disappointed if he doesn't make Shravamshas, though. Like, this is the time. And I don't think he's going to do it. Here he goes. Still, you know, camel number's gone down. The cav archer number's only going up. Siege Workshop's good if you want to mix in scorpions. Bruh. And Yo also on stone. Yo is known for his forward castles for map control and booming behind. That's a very Yo thing. But with Mongols, sometimes you want to play safe castles. And that's always a tough decision to make. Mongols don't get help. You probably don't want to make too many spearmen. I do think that if Shravamshas were out here, though, that you would want to have a mix of pikemen and cav archers in theory. This is an amazing game, guys. This is an amazing game. For weeks, there's nothing but forum posts about how the X, Y, or Z player doesn't deserve to be in X, Y, or Z spot. Those tournament rankings don't mean anything. Blah, 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 blah. Game 3, bro, looking really good against a beast in Mr. Yo. Will he be able to push Yo off this hill? I think that's a perfect hill for a castle. Yo finding a nice little choke point there is fantastic. Still, the camels are able to get some kills, but no, man, that's perfect from Yo. I don't think he saw the scorpions yet. Okay, finally he's making what I will sometimes call the Shamalama riders, because that's just more fun to say. The Shrivamsha riders. Finally, he's making a few Shrivamsha. I really think he needed a mix. Because now, I mean, Yo's got a pretty significant mass. 28 Cav Archers. Scorpion's heading over here. Let's see if Yo can break in. I feel like if Yo can get in, he would wreak so much havoc. He's starting to split groups on either side now. The Scorpions are going to help. There are some weak Cav Archers here, so Yo has to back away. This is also noticed as we have Shrivamshas in queue. Yo making his castle towards the middle of the map, so it's more of a safe castle, likely because he still wants Mangadai. Something Mongols are always going to want to do. Again, this Shrivamsha rider, I have felt, in my experience, is a unit that needs to be adjusted. It is the fastest unit, so you can't even run away from it. And it quote-unquote dodges, right? And they wreck archers. And the Scorpions should get some decent hits right through the group. For some reason, it doesn't look like it's done any damage. And Yo is a big, massive Cav Archers, though. Oh, man. Does bro... Let's see if bro sees the castle. I think he will notice the castle now. And now, I think a race to Imperial Age would make sense. But you also want a lot of Shrivamsha riders. Look at this thing. Okay, that's just a lion. Unimportant. I love the outposting from bro. For those that don't know, bro actually has a strong history in Deathmatch. And Deathmatch is known for a map... Sorry, for a setting where map control and post-imp play is very strong. The Scorpions are getting some great value. You love to see it. And sure, I mean, in the end, the Scorpions might end up going down. But look at how strong this army is. Will the mass stay high for Yo? Looks like the Scorpions will pull back to defend this area. In theory, Yo could be imping because he's not spending food. But bro's economy is feeling insane right now. I think he will actually be in the Imperial Age faster. There's an outpost here. I think Yo saw the outpost, so he knew he needed to defend these vills. He won't get the TC down, though. At least not just yet. And we are going to see bro click up shortly. He's queued up more villagers. Just delayed the TC, and now he can get out of here. Another TC over here. Both players thinking about gold. We had a little woo-woo-woo there. And I was wondering about that castle, right? Because that hill just looks too inviting. What an important position that could be for Yo. Now, Mangadai do have a bonus against siege. So the siege isn't necessarily the biggest worry. But also the melee units, so the Shrivamsha riders, as we see this unique tech on the way, as they're just going to zoom over here to try and stop this, they can dive in and kill trebuchets because they're a melee unit. Whereas ranged units aren't going to be able to do that as effectively underneath castles. Now, Gurjaras really flow together nicely as a civ. Again, they have counters for everything. But that unique tech that just finished makes all of the units cheaper. So they already have great options, but it makes the units cheaper. And yeah, good job there from Yo to send as many villas as he did. As he now goes for a siege workshop in bro's face. Bro, I mean, that hurts his farming eco. He's falling back here with the castle now. And almost looks like Yo wants to drop another one. Yo did complete this town center, by the way. It's 3 relics for bro. 125 pop versus 125 pop. This game is incredible. Will be very important for Yo to kill this before they're upgraded. Because I think he's got the numbers. Amazing walling here from Yo to make sure there's no hole. That's so good, man. There's so many different things they're doing right now. But the unit's too fast. You can't even catch it. It's a dangerous combination when it counters ranged units, and it can always catch up to ranged units or even run away from the fastest ranged units. Ram. Can you imagine if that was the MTC? Yikes, man. Ram. We'll take out the TC. These Shrivamshas didn't run. So many of them died. Yo knows that he needs to keep his mass. He's got about 40 ranged units. We should see a treb here. There it is for bruh. He's going for imp armor. And the other castle, guys, he's in no rush. He knows it's all about Travamsha riders now. So he's just going to get conscription so he can get his mass going. 20 farmers for Yo. His eco isn't that good to switch into anything else. And these little riders could show up at any point. Yo, taking some berries now. Interesting. He will take the villagers off of gold there. He's got very good scouting. I mean, he is really on point. This is not Yo underperforming. This is not Bro underperforming either. They see exactly what they need to. And we have elite Travamsha riders. Now, it's my understanding this unit can just fight underneath castles. Who even cares? So, I would say focus on this castle. And just send everything here. And if Yo ever shows up, you dive. Obviously, Yo's going to have Mangadai. And he's going to want to snipe the Trebs. Let's see. It's the perfect spot. Now, he doesn't have the other Treb out. There it is. Also, making a couple Chakram throwers is an interesting choice. I would still go full Travamsha. This unit has 90 HP with 11 attack, by the way. Like, statistically speaking, it doesn't seem that strong. Oh, repairing the castle. Here come the Mangadai for the Treb, though. Nope, Travamshas are here. It tanks so much damage. Yo does have a nice little choke point, though. Bro's going to decide to fight. The Chakrams are doing some pass-through damage, which is maybe why he made them. If Yo loses the castles, he can make range units, and these 90 HP units are freaking tanks. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this unit's busted. This unit is busted. It's 150 pop. Yo, he is actually getting some kills over here. That's a mistake from Bro. He's sending Chakrams right into the castle fire. So, I mean, that's obviously awful. I don't think you can kill Gurjaras if they're played properly right now. And I did ask for Gurjara nerf before the league started. I was surprised when more people weren't globally banning them. This unit's busted, man. This unit is broken. And also, they're cheaper, right? Because of the unique tech. I don't see what Yo can do from here. He's going to try Pikemen, which is the correct play. Would lead to some problems against the Chakram throwers, though, right? Which are already being made. I love what Bro's trying to do. He's just simply trying to raid with them now. He knows his units are like mobile Huskarls right now that can't easily be killed. They're also very cheap. He swung his Trebs over here. He will take out Yo's castle here. And he's spreading out over to this side. Yo won the first game. Bro had a great response in game number 2. And we're here on Yo's home map with a civilization that can dominate on Serengeti and with Mongols. And the new Civ, the Gurjaras, are just dominating Yo. However, this is important. Bro may be getting too far ahead of himself. We'll lose all these villagers. Will not complete this castle. That would have been a big moment there for him if he could do it. Still, though, Mongols now have to go into pikemen. And there's castle numbers out there for Bro. Not as many as he would want. And now he's going to see the pikemen. So he will queue up more Travamshas. He will most likely just make Chakram throwers now. And again, you will look at this and say, how do you kill it? Huskarl on a horse, I would say. Yeah, it's also cheaper, faster. It's not really a Huskarl. It's really the dodge mechanic that makes it strong because it soaks up arrow fire. But it's also the speed of it. To quote Nikov, Nikov said, I don't understand how this Civ made it through the playtest. That's to quote Nikov. I like to quote Nikov when I'm in agreement on something being OP because he's even more outspoken than I am, which is saying something. Again, there's a global ban on the draft, right? And I forget what Yo globally banned. I think he might have globally banned an Arena Civ because that was Bro's home map was Arena-ish. We have seen Gurjaras globally banned a lot because people are recognizing how stupid this Civ is right now. But I don't want to take anything away from Bro at the same time. Bro has played insanely well. Like, Feudal Age, a lot of players would have died. And here he is. He's going to complete this castle. Yo doesn't have any map control. He doesn't have the army count. He does not have the options. And this is with Mongols, one of the best post-em civs in the game. Also, by the way, the Chakram thrower does pass through damage like a scorpion. So going pikeman or like archers is also kind of bad as well because of the pass-through damage. It's wild, man. You could also take this fight. I don't think there's any reason to take it because you have such a big lead, but I think you would actually win that fight against Pikeman. Are Hindustanis also OP? Yeah, I personally believe Hindustanis and Gujaras need a change, yes. But 3 weeks ago, I would have said Hindustanis more so than Gujaras. I've been finding enough profiles where people spam pick Gujaras right now, and I've been seeing enough results with the Gujaras where I think Gujaras are actually more busted. And my goodness, did Bro play it well. He got the relics. He has the control. He sees virtually every gold right now, except for this one. He doesn't see this gold, which is unfortunate. But does it even matter? He has 90 army, right? Because everything's so cheap for him. He's got 90 army. And here he comes with the trebuchets. And feast your eyes upon this fight. It's not going to be pretty for Yo. Where are the pikemen? Anyone see pikemen? I don't see pikemen. The pikemen are gone. The Mangadai have to run. There's not many units out there that Mangadai have to run from, guys. And they run away from the chakrams, and they're just getting smashed. And Yo is going to go down 2-1 in the first round of T90 Titans League. Incredible result from Bruh. Incredible. We could talk about balance, blah, 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 whatever. But the result is just incredible, especially after game one, which didn't look all that hot from him. You know, I was looking at game one thinking this is going to be a 3-0. Bruh's strategy looked a little flat. Yo looked better with the transition and the map control. And this is a player who had a really strong year. Wasn't able to make it too deep in a lot of S-tier tournaments. Played a lot of tournaments below that. Got good results. Was active all year. The ranking system was designed to give players opportunities who had been playing all year. You know, it's this weird thing where you play in a lesser tournament, you get less points. Anyways, we used the ATP system. This is just another player who shows up and says, I deserve to be here. He gets $80 in the first round, but he also gets 2 points, which will be huge because there's not many players that are going to be better than Yo in his group. So congratulations to him, man. Here we go. And 193 kills, 167 units lost. I will say that we're going to see a lot of Gurjara bans, okay? A lot of Gurjara global bans, trust me. But, like, his defense in Feudal Age was the most impressive thing for me. Castle Age was great. I would have liked to see the Shravamshas a little bit earlier, personally, but Castle Age was great. Imp was great as well. I think a lot of it in Imp was Yo not really knowing what to do against the Civ. But, like, Feudal Age was insane. Yo had so much pressure. Yo had incredible numbers of scouts. He had the earlier upgrades, and Bro just kept defending. He did lose a few villagers, but he still had the faster Castle Age. And if you would have swapped the names, honestly, if you would have swapped the names, you would have said, oh, yeah, it makes sense that Yo would play like that, right? I think he played just as well as Yo could have in his position, and that says a lot for him. Does mean that Yo will obviously have to step it up. There will be 4 more rounds for all players. You play everyone within your group one time, and you play 3 games. So we'll have to pay attention to what happens to him next round, but maybe we'll wake him up a little bit and make him realize just how competitive these groups are going to be. Great series, man. Fantastic series. Honestly, completely surpassed my expectations. I didn't expect this series to be this good, and I hope people enjoyed.